So PFAS stands for per and polyfluoroalkyl substances, and they are a group of, some say over 4,000, some say over 6,000 different kinds of fluorinated compounds that have been made since the 1940s for a variety of purposes, including non-stick surfaces, water-resistant, stain-resistant surfaces, things like Teflon. A lot of consumer products have them, pesticides even. But one of the biggest uses is in firefighting foams, because in Madison they use these firefighting foams at the airport, and they use them at the military base, and they use them at a lot of airports and military bases to put out fires and when planes crash and things like that. But even when planes aren't crashing, they use them for training, and they spray them on the ground, and then they soak into the ground, and they soak into groundwater, and they contaminate soils. And this happened at Truax for decades. They used them for training, and they soaked into the soil and into the groundwater, and some of them made it all the way to well 15, which is about a mile from here in Rindell Park. And well 15 is a municipal drinking water well that serves a lot of people on the north and the east side. And sometime in 2017, the water utility found that that well was contaminated with PFAS. Now, why does that matter? PFAS are associated with a lot of health problems, thyroid problems, immune system problems, liver and kidney cancers and disease, pregnancy complications, developmental problems, and cancer. And the list of what they're associated with is growing all the time. So the fact that it was in our drinking water and attributed to Truax base is a real concern. The other big issue with PFAS in Madison around Truax Field is the PFAS have made their way into Starkweather Creek, which actually runs right through the base, so it's not surprising at all. And our organization lobbied for the last 2 years to get them to test the water and the fish in the creek. They finally did. The results were released last fall. Lo and behold, they found very, very high levels of PFAS in the water throughout Starkweather Creek, all the way from the Truax base to Lake Monona, which PFAS can travel really, really far in the environment. So wasn't really surprising, but the levels were extremely high. They also tested foam down at Overg Park. Some people saw some foam because when the water with PFAS gets whipped up by wind, it foams up, and they found extremely high levels in the foam. And then finally, they tested the fish, and that's the most recent results that we've received, and the fish have very high levels, and they had to put new advisories on those. So the base, the Truax base, where they're wanting to locate the F-35s, is extremely contaminated with PFAS. To prepare for the F-35s to come here, they have to build all kinds of buildings, munitions buildings, flight simulator buildings, a whole array of different buildings. And in order to do that, they have to dig up the soil. Well, the city has already said in official documents, in fact, their EIS comments, that you cannot safely or legally construct anything out there right now without first cleaning or investigating the full extent of the PFAS. The concern is that if you dig it up, any PFAS there is going to just slosh right into the creek and spread it even further. And the creek is so heavily contaminated now that it's just simply not okay.